You already know what time it is. It's time for my shitlings of shows for y'all guys. Because this is like for real, for real. So I had like this, epiphany for some of you guys. Girls, all alike. Okay? So, you know how like people be like, oh, girls can't be friends with men and men can't be friends with girls. Da, da, da. Okay, let me put y'all on game. On the realest game that you could ever think of. And these are real life experiences. I'm gonna use y'all real names because I still, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So back in the day, all my guy friends, if you know, I'm just saying, I ain't gonna use that one's real name, but I'm just gonna say countdown. You already know what it is. Now the craziest thing of it is he had experienced me like he still, I still consider him, a good friend. I still consider him like people's because his mama was like the realest person to me as I was going through, things in my life. Meaning, shout out to her because it was like when I had my first kid, she just knew I was going through so much. And she had even offered to like take care of my first child, my daughter, in which I had no problem with it. But then it was just like at the same time, it was just like so much going on. And it's like, it be times where it's like, I wish I had let my daughter stay with her because my daughter probably wouldn't be as scarred and as hardened or had to go through, had the stuff that was going on at that time. And she was giving me an opportunity of my lifetime where I could still be in my daughter's life and still, make a life for myself and things like that, but however, I would have known my daughter was well taken care of. However, around that time, it was like when I say I didn't have nobody like to do like nothing with. So any of my friends, like I said, I used to hang with the Spanish kids and stuff like that. However, most of the kids that was my friends were dudes. So how I would have to move, basically I had to learn to be like the dudes, like the boys, because that was all the type of friends that I could get was just like not boyfriends, but guy friends. So it came to a point where it was just like I just didn't care, and it was like I had such a complete neglect or like no care for authority, men, women alike. So it was just like how I treated men was how I was treating the women too, because it was like shit. I was like more or less I would mess with females and stuff like that. But it was just like the females knew you wasn't gonna get no relationship out of me. And it was just like people were like, I didn't know you was doing that. And I was like, man, it was just like it was nothing. And then it was like it would be dudes, right? My dear Omi, I had known him since we were like teenagers. I was in like high school, like 10th, 11th grade, whatever. But with him, you know what I'm saying? We did what we did. Then it was like, I think two of his friends that had came from the DR, but which those two friends were connected to my other friends that I had from school. But however, it was like for me, it was like I had no emotions or no tie to it. It was like shit, all we doing is smashing and that's that on that. And I mean, you got yours and I got mine, and I didn't look at it in no other way. We just smashing, get out my face, either we cool or we not. And then everybody be like, dang, you bold, you ain't got no feelings or emotion. What kind of way am I supposed to feel about none of y'all? Y'all ain't got no real feelings, and half of y'all be cheating anyway. So it's like, shit, I might as well, shit, y'all too easy. So shit, I might as well get my easy kick and my fix real quick while y'all, out here offering to scratch some itches. So it was just like, it wasn't like I didn't care, but I didn't care. But then it was at the same time, that's when I had realized, like, damn, I'm not really respecting my body. So at that time, once I had realized, like, damn, you ain't really respecting your body, Rita. So it was like, still, out of, moving around like that, Omi, I'm just going to call him Omi. Omi was like a long time, little jump off or whatever, but we were cool. Meaning Omi could pick up their phone and call me about anything. Like, hey, I'm going through it with my baby moms or my family. I give him advice. He go do what it is that he needed to do. But after that, you know what I'm saying, once I, realized like, okay, he really trying to fix it with his baby mom. And I was interested, but then it was just like I had to pull back. So I was like, okay, I ain't gonna ever go back to that again. But it was like, I could still be a friend because it was like times where I would go over to his house and, even kicking with cat out on that, I would get to eat. Mind you, they probably were just clueless, like, damn, what's she doing, how she moving or whatever, not knowing, like low key, I was homeless as a teenager. in high school. Yeah, my aunt stayed in the neighborhood, but shit, they didn't even want me in the house, so I had to figure out every which way just to stay away from the house. And then it was just like, dang, I'm having anxiety. I didn't know what anxiety was at that time. I didn't even know what the fuck depression was at that time. And the craziest thing in my life, it was just like sex was my escape. Like shit, and people would be like, it would be plenty of dudes that was always interested in me, but it was just like I didn't have zero interest in nobody because it was like shit. I felt lost in the world. I didn't have nobody. However, I can say Countdown stayed in my corner. Omi stayed in my corner. And however, you know what I'm saying, when I kept Omi in my corner, it was like with him, it was like he was a dude, you know what I'm saying? Men, I don't care who you are as a woman, a man that's interested, you know, not interested in you, he ain't fit to open the door, he ain't gonna tell you to watch out, he ain't gonna give you no kind of life advice about put you on game, none of that, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like, for me, real recognize real. However, respect is my biggest thing. So I had to let go of Omi. Like, me and Omi basically had a friendship for over, well, my oldest like 16, so like 18 years. That was like an 18-year friendship that I had to cut off because it was like, you still focusing on the intercourse part, and the intercourse part went out the door as soon as you healed that relationship with your baby mom. And then it was like, then he ended up getting married, and he was just bringing it up to me and being super explicit. I'm like, bro, you married, you got a girl, you're not able to do none of that stuff no more. Now, like when he was single and just in and out type thing, okay, cool. But then when you're in a relationship, please respect people's relationships. I had a clear boundary on that with anybody, because most of the time I noticed with a lot of dudes, they will lie to me about their relationship status. And you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm with the assumption of me thinking like, hey, these men are single. Or it was like, hey, you know, we want to build a relationship. So, you know, how I would move would be completely different, because at that time it's like, yeah, I know you're talking to other people. However, I know you're not in a relationship. Y'all just talking. So that's a whole completely different thing. And people just get caught up. They only need to be talking. No, baby, it's called the talking phase. It's just solely up to you. Choice. You made a choice to either give it up or you made a choice not to. So however it goes after you give it up, that's between you. But, you know, for me, like, you know, with Omi, I had to cut him off because it was just like, bro, you got a wife, you still talking about some shit that we did almost like 10, 15 years ago. Like, bro, that shit is dead and gone. Like, respect your wife, respect your relationship, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to congratulate him. But then it also let me know that for some people, they have no discipline and they don't have no self-control. That was the same thing with Mike. It was like, bro, I known him for like 10 years. And it broke my heart. Like, you fucking on my husband, you know what I'm saying? For like some get back type shit. But the thing of it is, with Mike, I give it to him till this day. Michael Lawrence Alexander, give it to you till this day. Was the one dude that I could say, honestly, that when it came to some stuff, he was a man. I didn't open no doors to no car. He didn't let me open the door to no car. To the house, going to a store, a restaurant. I was seated first when it was time to eat. I was cooked for. I was serviced. I didn't have to do all that extra stuff. However, when he brought up to me and to my attention, like, hey, I'm working with my baby mom, he knew the intimacy had to go out the door, regardless of what it was. And then it's like, for me, if you trying to draw me in with attention, talking about, oh, this and this, I'm not going to do that. However, I got morals, I got boundaries too. But however, if I already know what kind of dude you are and how you move out here in these streets, then it's just like, hey, it's more a disadvantage to you than it is to me, because especially with me being single, even when it came with, you know, the last dude I was talking to with Josh, it was like, it took so much for me to understand, like, yo, you know what, basically low key, you know, he could have been telling anybody that I was a jump off or friends with benefits, whatever the case may be, and it was none of the above. Which to me, in my mind right now, how I'm processing everything, it was really nothing. It was just a dead situation of wasted time. Like, there was no respect, there was no boundary. I didn't gain anything but my motherfucking common sense. I gained myself back. I had to realign myself to understand, like, hey, what do you really value? What really, stands for you? What is it that you able to do or not to do? What will you tolerate? What you not gonna tolerate? If somebody's gonna, hate on you, they just gonna hate on you. If ain't nobody gonna talk to you, they just not gonna talk to you. And you just gotta be cool with it either way. That's the same way as if you gonna go out somewhere and stuff like that. People gonna have something to say. So if it's like, hey, you a big girl, okay, be a big girl and look good about it. Shit, I've been at every size that there is. I've been skinny, I've been, middle size, I've been that curvaceous size. Shit, I've been plump size. Shit, it was a point when married with my ex-husband, like the motherfucker was drugging me so bad, he would put weight gainer in my food whenever he noticed I was gaining weight, whenever he noticed I was losing weight. And then I noticed like I had gained like damn near 20, 30 pounds within like a week to 2 week span, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I had remember like this motherfucker just bought weight gainer, but it was just like it is what it is. Like every situation requires you to have boundaries and self-discipline. Is all I'm really saying for a lot of people. Like you can have those relationships, however, transparency is key. If you're a man and you have female friends that, hey, if you were sexual with them, yeah, granted, your girl ain't gonna be feeling that. They ain't gonna want you around. That's the same thing what happened with Omi, and I respected that. When Omi got into the relationship back with his baby mom before he got married, I respected it. I put up the boundary, and it was everything. Like I made it clear, but it was his thing. Like you remember when. Like I don't remember none of that. I don't want to play. Do you remember the time? Face ass. I don't remember none of that motherfucking time. Shit, it probably was a waste of time, but shit, it was just fun. Some shit for me to do. Because it's just like no difference for a lot of people. People don't fail to understand, like, I'm a full-fledged woman, but I have a mentality of a man. I will move like a man. And especially if I feel like you playing me and you done showed your hand, trust and believe. Don't ever feel like you're going to have an upper hand on me. Go search for all the people that used to be my friend back in the day. Hey, bruh, she's more savage than you think. And I probably just played patty cake, baker's man. I baked that cake as fast as you can. As fast as your ass came and I didn't get to finish, shit, it was a win for me at the end of the day. Because anybody that ever really just, like, kicked it with me or had intercourse with me, baby, it was fun play. I can name probably one dude that probably made sure that I was good, but out of the rest of them, it was nothing. It was just like, y'all wasn't, this motherfucker still probably to this day. Yeah, I laid pipe on her. And she just, no, I really didn't. I wasn't really satisfied. And if anything, it's just like, I will kill your ego and pride. And I would laugh about it, on this live. And it's just like, dang, you put it all out there. I don't care about none of that. Understand that once you break your trust, your promise, the friendship, or what of that, you know what I'm saying? It's people, I can keep secrets. Trust and believe. However, feeling like you crossing me and playing games with me and stuff like that, and especially when it comes to feelings or emotions, that's why I don't care to have them. I don't care. So that people are like, well, since you don't care, you need to care. No, I really don't need to care for not a motherfucking thing. But except for making sure I get this money and that my kids are straight. That's about it. Anything else outside, if I can really care less. Unless you tell me, go talk to God. I talk to God all the fucking time. God knows how I talk to him. God knows my lingo. And a lot of people be like, that's not how you're supposed to talk to God. How do you know? How do you know? Do you see God in the physical? That's not how, no, that's you trying to make the obligated change for yourself. That's like when I distorted people that be trying to act like, oh God, I'm a Christian. Okay, you could be all the Christian that you want to be, but you still a motherfucking hypocrite for judging people for what kind of life that they want to fucking live. Respect they gangster. Respect what you don't know what people do. Like I got a complete understanding why people turn to them hardcore drugs, because some people just don't feel like they have a safe space to fucking heal all the trauma that they've been through in their life. You may have been able to have a safe space or a support team or some people that probably, you trauma bonded with, and you just been able to figure out, hey, this is how I handle it. This is how I take care of it. But you don't know how other people had to take care of stuff when they had to deal with that shit by themselves in their head. It was a time that even when I was dating and stuff like that, it would be dudes be like, "What you thinking about? What's on your mind? You a mystery. You sneaking. You hiding." Like, no, motherfucker. I just really don't want to talk to no fucking body because I know when you start talking to motherfuckers, they try to use that shit against you. If they're not gonna use it against you, most like they just gonna use it against you. Period. Ain't no trying to mix that shit up no other way. At least in my experience. That's why I don't care to talk. Oh, you went to therapy? Yes, I was in therapy for fucking 11 years. Intensive therapy at that. The best doctors that I had was Dr. Castro and Dr. Porter Carrero. I remember trying to get back in contact with them, maybe about a year or two ago. Oh, no, you can't talk to them. Like, what the fuck? But, that's neither here nor there. But however, I'm a real ass person. I can honor wherever I fucked up at. Oh, you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 baby daddies. Okay, players fuck up. I was looking for love. They were just looking just to fuck over somebody. That's cool. Some of y'all just gotta start. Okay, eat that shit up. Where did you fuck up at? And the most of the time, like even with, the last guy, only thing I had to look at in my motherfucking life is like, I'm not gonna blame him for not a motherfucking thing. His life is his life. And it's just like, I loved him. I gotta honor that. I had love for a motherfucker that was sent in to destroy me to the core. And it's like, I'm not gonna sit there and cry about it, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, you don't cry about that shit. You pick up yourself and you keep fucking going. And it's like, hey, sometimes you might need somebody to tell you, hey, it's gonna be okay. But what do you do when you won't ever get it's gonna be okay? What do you do when you ain't got nobody to say, hey, sit down for a little bit and think it through, or write it through? Shit, my new therapy had to come through to me writing. If you can't write, draw. If you can't draw, go paint. Do something to get that shit out of your space. And while you doing that, think about everything that you're doing. If you're going for a run that shit out. I remember it was a time I was going through it so bad when my son was in the system. They took my baby for no fucking reason. They knew I was innocent. I ain't do that shit to my son. And with the fact that I had to deal with that, I didn't have nobody to talk to. Everybody, I don't know how you feel. I know y'all ain't gonna never know how that fucking feels. Some of y'all ain't gonna ever know how the fuck you feels. Them days where you got all the bills paid, but then shit, money so fucking tight. It's like, all right, I got enough food to last for the next 2 weeks. But then once that 2 weeks come, all your money is dry. It's accounted for. What you doing when, okay, I got everything, but then shit, the baby run out of Pampers. All the bills is paid. They could be able to eat, but now you can't change the baby pamper. I can't get no tissue. I can't get this. I can't get that. And everybody that you was hoping is going to help you end up turning on you, talking about you, trashing you, and they now asking you what it is that you're going through. Motherfucker, I was depressed as fuck because I was still trying to figure out why was everybody against me when I was trying to help every fucking body. All the money that I was giving out and I didn't ever get back. All the times that I had to borrow money and ask somebody, hey, can you help me out with this? And I wasn't able to give it back to him. That fucked me up because everybody know I stand on my word. If I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I stand on my motherfucking word for anything that I do, for anything I say. I'm going to stand on it. I don't care if it take me 10 years to get it done. I promise you're going to get whatever it is. I'm going to stand on it. That's why you tell people, stand on whatever the fuck it is that they telling you that they going to do, say to you, whatever the case may be. That's why I don't play with nobody. If people start getting violent with you, getting funny, moving funny with you, around you, move the fuck around. Oh, they my homie. Oh, they ain't no homie. If you sitting there watching them snaking everybody, you ain't no less of the next person to be the victim. Through my mama, like, that ain't no safe space. You sitting here telling everybody my business when my business was supposed to be between you and I didn't ask you to share it. That was the same shit Georgetto used to do. I used to be like, I call her, oh, that was a family. I've never met these people. And you telling my business to them, like, when you're scarred like that, the world will make you hard. I may be considered one of them people like, damn, you hard, you got a little cold heart. But it is what it is. Like I tell anybody with a quickness, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You feel like you want to play with me, I'm going to play with you too. Game recognized game, but you can't run game on somebody that's something that's in my blood naturally. Oh, I'm finessed them for some money. And the same money that you finessed me with, I'm going to go get it even more. And when I get even more, guess what? Guess who looking stupid? Now you just did something for five bands or something like that. Or I'm gonna get this something for a Louis Bell. Or I'm gonna do it for this. Bitch, you use nothing but a name brand hoe. That's all it is. Sideline hoes. Somebody that can come in and out the door when they please. When you ain't got sexual discipline, like even then it was just like me, after a while, my last experience of why I tell people all the time, I know what pops off in the LGBT, ABC, whatever the fuck community. Bitch, my last motherfucking lesson, my wake-up call that I knew it wasn't fucking for me, it was a bitch I was fucking with. Come to find out, she had a whole fucking husband. The husband came home, me and her getting ready to go do what we gonna do. Dude pulled out that gun and told me like, yo, this is my wife, da-da-da. And instead of her just speaking up like, yeah, I did invite her over, she made it seem like I was just coming over on my own accord type shit. And like, oh, we were just friends, it was nothing, da-da-da. And this man ready to take my life over a bitch. That's when I had a clear understanding, like, I ain't doing this shit ever again. So my last ended up ever wanted to just deal with a chick, nothing like, baby, I'll watch me some lesbo on the hub and keep it at that. It's cool, but you won't ever catch me sucking, licking on no cat. I promise you that. Oh, I got so depressed that I'm gonna go do that? Nah, hell no. It's some females who get, oh, every man I've been with, they broken me. Now you over here dating a butch because that's the closest thing for you to feel like you dating a man. Y'all out here dating butch and studs because that's the closest thing that you can get to for a man. What? And then it's dudes that when they go and do this, most of the time they'll be messing with the soft dudes or trans due to the simple fact because they have so much hurt and pain from a woman. That's what they do. It's no fucking difference. Everybody be trying to, it's no catch-22 to this shit. It's just basic fucking common sense about what people will do. But it's only solely up to you until that wake-up call comes in. It ain't no secret to none of it that happens. It's basic psychology for a lot of this shit. Human biology is something real. Just because you feel like, oh, genetically, when people talk about health conditions and stuff like that, some of y'all out here catching health conditions that wasn't even meant for you because why? Nothing against it. Your choice is your choice because all of it is. It ain't, oh, I was born this way. No, the fuck you wasn't born this way. It was your dumbass parents. They should have set your dumbass down when you was a little ass kid and let you know about your fucking past life experience before you reincarnated on this goddamn earth. That, hey, maybe in your past life, you probably was a dope ass woman. Shit, there's men that they look so fucking pretty as a woman. Reason being why they look so fucking pretty as a woman, they were that beautiful in their past life. However, in this physical life, they were meant to be a man and going ahead and be in the energy of a man. However, it's a struggle for them because growing up as a kid, they probably got beat up. They probably got sick a lot. The mama, most likely the mama was super fucking neglectful towards them, or they didn't get enough attention that they really needed to nurture them to be able to stand in their manhood. And some of them, they just didn't know how to fight. So the softness in them made them to turn into the little bitch and get bent over. And it's just the truth of the matter. It might sound a little raw, but it's just facts. But it's nothing wrong with it because sometimes they make very good partners. Some of them are very good, but most of the time, I tell you, choose a side. Either you're going to be straight or either you're going to be gay. There ain't no in between. Oh, I go both ways. There is no in between. When revelations come in, it's either you on one side or the other. Red pill, blue pill. You gay or you straight. It ain't that in between because that in between is getting people killed every day. Look at the numbers. God is not playing with y'all no more. There is nothing wrong with same-sex relationships. However, choose your fucking side, bro. Choose your side. I've seen same-sex parents grow up very intelligent, beautiful, smart kids. Hell, right now, shit, I give it to some of most of the gay women raising their kids up to be really fucking great. They going, thriving in fucking careers. And y'all heterosexual motherfucker too busy, judging them. But it's just like, it's either you straight or you gay. Choose your side. So we can go ahead and get shit going. So these kids that's out here without fucking parents getting neglected, getting abandoned, getting caught up in the system, hey, a lot of these gay motherfuckers can take on these kids. And that's just as real as it fucking gets. And people be like, nah, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about, abomination. The fucking Bible, King James Version, is based off of fucking man. It was based off the king's interpretation. Not everybody's. But it's like, either you're going to be gay or either you're going to be straight. But even then, you still got to be righteous. You still got to have morals. You still got to have values. You still got to have self-discipline. You still got to have fucking respect. Breaking the lines is breaking the ties and telling them that anybody, any entity, and any spirit can come into and break your demise. There's called boundaries. It's called balance. You ain't got none of that, and nothing that you do, fall back. Fall back quick, fast, in a hurry. Especially me, in my life, in my world, at this time, baby, messing with me, I promise you, you're going to be leaving crying somewhere in this part of my life. I know sexually, ain't nobody having me no more. I know the cootie cat keeps you coming back. Telling you, I make a gay man go straight real quick, just like that. That's how much confidence I got in myself. But then as in beauty, oh, she ugly, she this and that. But still, shorty, won't you come my way? Yeah, you're going to want to come my way either way. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's why when anybody comes to me, I am the epitome and the poster child of I don't care. I don't give a fuck about a lot of things. Except for my money and my kids. I'm accustomed to pain, so trying to break me down in any other way, shit, all you're doing is giving me more entertainment. I'm going to make her cry. I'm going to take her kids. Okay. That's just what it is. You want to take the kids because you feel like that's going to break me? Nah, bruh. Nah, sis. I'm going to take her money. That's going to break her. No. The money that you took, I'm probably going to triple that. Whatever you took, I'm going to go triple that. Because I'm a real hustler. And that hustle don't require me to go ahead and sell cat. And if I got to sell cat, I guarantee me selling cat will probably triple whatever you took in a day. Or 3. Play the game safely and understand who you're dealing with when it comes to the rules of the game. Because it's like you don't get a say to how far somebody go with something. You don't choose to say oh, they can have friends or they can't have friends, or people can't have these kind of relationships. It's called boundaries, transparency, and open honesty with communication. If you can't do none of that, you ain't got no business being in no type of relationship. Or in a relationship, relationships are bonded or made through friendship. Hey, you choose to conversate with someone, you just built a relationship. Rapport is relationship. R-E. What does relationship starts with? R-E. Restart. R-E. Go look at the definition and the meaning of it. The Latin term. It'll make all the sense. That's it.